It's me, Joyce. Just talking and just not really singing, but lip syncing. Just got to turn off my. You can get that song "Starlight" by Joyce Aldrich on YouTube, of course, on my YouTube channel. Please check my music out. But yeah, so you see, I've got this great sign. It's actually the sign from my Rogers cable television show that I had for like 4 years from 1994 to 1998. Yes, in the last millennia, yeah, century, millennium. Boy, what dimension am I coming from tonight? It was hard setting this up because this is a big sign. And I'm thinking, where in my apartment can I put this sign? And then I thought, I would really, I don't know. Let me think now. I'll get this mic over here. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. And I need maybe some feedback on this one. I'll probably get some from my kids, and the answer will be no, mom, no. But I was thinking of resurrecting Interstellar, the UFO show, on YouTube. And when COVID's settled down a bit, or maybe even if I've got some double vaccinated booster people who want to come on, UFO people I know have known over the years would like to come and be a guest here um, in my area. It's just not Area 51. No, it's not Area 51. And yeah, it's some strange going on there. But no, but start another thing besides Joyce just talking, just singing, because that's this is another thing altogether, right? But actually bring back Interstellar, the UFO show. I really think I'd like to do it, and I'd like to do it to well, to do justice to what a lot of people have gone through over the years, including, friend Errol Bruce Knapp, who had UFO updates for years, and also my mom, who had experiences from the 1940s, from the time she was a little tiny girl, where orbs would come into her room and play with her, and she had subsequent, visitations, and she had an implant that she blew out of her nose and different things like that. And of course, my experiences. And I can't speak to my children because I just can't. I don't know if that hit that generation. But all I'm saying is that I think it's time to bring back Interstellar, the UFO show. So I just need to ask you, what do you think about that? I mean, I think it would be a solid idea. I think so. And now that I've got my sign from my Rogers show, this has been in storage since 1998 when I left Bradford, and you'll see that said the Bradford Triangle, follow the light. We know what light that is. Where's that light? And my mother and I followed many lights that we thought were anomalous. From the time I was a little kid, she'd be running after lights in the sky, and we'd be following her. But certainly, um, I the Bradford Triangle. Well, I kind of coined that phrase, that whole thing, because between Aurora, Uxbridge, and Bradford, there just seemed to be an awful lot of sightings. People were sighting things over the marsh, and they weren't Martians. Oh, maybe they were Martians. In Uxbridge, in Aurora, there just seemed to be a tight little corridor there. I don't know if it was because of the aquifers. Never could figure it out, or maybe because I just lived there at the time and I just saw a lot of stuff and experienced some things. So, who knows? Who knows? So we'd like to maybe what I'd like to do is, like I say, resurrect Interstellar, the UFO show, for all of those people who are still wondering about it. I do believe that disclosure is coming soon. I'm not a ufologist. That's what they're called. Ufologists, people who, investigate. I'm not an investigator, but I am an experiencer, abductee, contactee, and I think that's enough, don't you think? Been there, done that. Maybe maybe experience is more important than actually, all the study that people do about it. And yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to resurrect Interstellar, the UFO show. I think it's an important thing. And next step in my life, I left it behind back in 1998 when I left Bradford. I was up in Newmarket at the Rogers station there, broadcasting my show. But and I had some fabulous guests. I had Graham Hancock on for 2 interviews. I had Graham Hancock. Amazing. Just amazing. Do I have a copy of those interviews? No. Why? Because it was Rogers, and we didn't have a big budget because it's community cable, so those tapes got taped over, and unfortunately, I don't know. In those days, it was hard to record things from the television. It's not like now, you know. It's easy to get copies of stuff, but there were people who were doing it, copying from the television, but certainly the quality wasn't very good. But yeah, I'm missing all those things. I loved my time with Graham Hancock. That was fantastic. He gave me 2 interviews while he was here in Toronto years ago, 1997, I think it was. He was doing a book tour for the Mars Mystery, which I think is one of the most fantastic books around. Talks about how the top of Mars was sheared off by a comet, which subsequently hit us. But you know what? It there was, you know, life on Mars at that time. Maybe it's a mystery, the Mars Mystery. I highly recommend that book by Graham Hancock. As a matter of fact, all his books. And anytime you see Graham Hancock on YouTube or anywhere, if he comes to your town, go and see him or look at his vids. Very interesting, very interesting person, and yeah, his insights are great. Anyway, I'd like to have more great guests like that on talking about this. I got lots of people I can talk to, and actually, there's some people doing some very good work out there right now. Which is Victor Viggiani is one. He's an old friend. He's with Zealand Communications, and he's doing. I'm gonna put it. Oh, geez, what is it that he's doing? It's it's a great podcast. What is he doing? Anyway, Zealand Communications. I'll put a link in the description box where you can listen to his podcasts. But I think it's time to broaden the horizons. He's wonderful. He does some great stuff. I think it's time to put me back on the scene with the UFO stuff and get some guests in. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. We'll give them something to talk about. Anyway, so this is still, of course, Joyce just talking, just singing, and I hope the sound's coming through. Jeepers creepers. Just am I still being seen here? I hope so. Looks like a little bit of a freeze on my computer here. Been some strange things happening tonight. Anyway, so it's just talking, just singing. So I'm gonna try and remember the lyrics to "Fly Me to the Moon." Great, Jobim recorded this so beautifully. So, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, and I will sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, baby, I love you. I'd love to get Interstellar the UFO show off the ground, so let me work on that. See if I can get some special guests. Nanu. Not Orc. No, I'm not Mork from Orc. I'm a little more like Mindy, I think. Anyway, thank you again for joining me for a very short Joyce just talking, just singing. But leave a little comment below and let me know if you want to see Interstellar, the UFO show. Thanks. And of course, we know the answer to every question in the universe is 42.